Before the world knew yoga as stretching poses and wellness trends, before it entered gyms and glossy magazines, it was something sacred, a path whispered in forests by sages, a silence echoed in caves. It wasn't about what the body could do, but about what the soul could become. Yoga was born in India, not to impress the world, but to help it remember what it had forgotten, that the answers we seek outside have always lived within. Today, let us travel back, not just through time, but inward, to the source, to the secret India gifted to humanity, the ancient science of yoga. Yoga is derived from the Sanskrit root yuj, meaning to unite. But unite what? Not just the body and breath, but the individual consciousness with the universal spirit. It's not escape, it's expansion. Not renunciation, but realization. Swami Vivekananda once said, "Each soul is potentially divine. The goal is to manifest this divinity within by controlling nature, external and internal." Yoga is that control. Yoga is that path. Over 2000 years ago, sage Patanjali systematized yoga into the Yoga Sutras, not as physical postures, but as a blueprint for liberation. Yama and Niyama, ethical foundations. Asana, steady posture. Pranayama, control of breath. Pratyahara, withdrawal of senses. Dharana, focus. Dhyana, meditation. Samadhi, blissful absorption. Yoga, according to Patanjali, is not doing, it is being. It is not effort, it is awareness. He began his sutras with Yoga Chitta Vritti Nirodha. Yoga is the cessation of the fluctuations of the mind. India's rishis knew the battlefield is not out there, but within us, our own desires, fears, and attachments. Sri Aurobindo called yoga a methodical effort towards self perfection by the development of the potentialities latent in the being. For him, yoga was not withdrawal from the world, but the transformation of life itself into something divine, a conscious evolution. The mother said, yoga is the art of conscious self-giving to the divine. At the foot of Arunachala, Ramana Maharshi practiced the yoga of silence. No complex postures, no philosophy debates, just a simple question. Who am I? His path was Jnana Yoga, the yoga of knowledge. In one powerful encounter, he said to a seeker, "You are not the body, not the mind. You are the self. Realize it through steady inquiry." Yoga, here, becomes the direct path to truth. In the 19th and 20th centuries, Indian spiritual giants took yoga across oceans, not just to teach techniques, but to ignite inner revolutions. Swami Vivekananda stood in Chicago and roared, "We are not human beings having a spiritual experience. We are spiritual beings having a human experience." Yoga, he taught, is the means to realize that eternal identity. Today, yoga is practiced in over 190 countries, but its soul must not be lost. The postures are beautiful, but yoga without the spirit is like a body without breath. Why do we need yoga today? Because our minds are more agitated than ever, because our breath is shallow, our attention scattered, because the real disease is not outside, but the disconnection within. Yoga restores this link. It teaches you to pause, observe, and return to your center. You don't escape reality, you elevate it. As the Gita says, a person who is not disturbed by happiness and distress and is steady in both is certainly eligible for liberation. BG 2:15. This is the ideal of yoga, a warrior of peace, rooted in silence, moving through the world with compassion. So, the next time you step onto your mat, remember, you're not just stretching muscles, you are stretching consciousness. Yoga is not a workout, it is a work in,